going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of BillsAholic Pod. And to my right here, a very special guest because were you even on last week?
Hey, I mean, the world doesn't know. The world doesn't know. Little do we know is that I whooped your ass last week in Pick'ems.
I didn't hear you. I don't think you guys heard him either.
I don't know, buddy. Week 2.
Week 2?
The big thing from this past week was obviously we got to break in the man cave, and the man cave for us was something we worked all off season on. You've brought over so much stuff, and we worked so hard on it. We got to break it in, maybe not in the fashion that we wanted to, but we got to break it in. Buddy, what was that like? What were you thinking yesterday?
It was really good. Like that basement. That basement's special.
It is special. Hopefully. It brings some special Bills moments.
It brought some good vibes in the beginning of the game. And then I kind of like, towards the end of the game, I kind of like walked myself upstairs watching the living room.
I'm not even going to lie. Like, for those of you that know Travis outside of just watching this podcast, or I don't know how many friends you've watched the game with, family members that listen to this that watch the games with you. I know your mom. I know Steve for sure has watched football games with you. And I know your mom will agree to this. So if she's watching, I know she'll agree with me on this one. This is one loud-ass, scary motherfucker, dude, while the game's on.
Man, Josh was pissing me off.
I understand he was pissing you off, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you scare me, dude. You scare me when you're out there, bro. When you're watching the game.
Hey.
Like, I was, like, deathly afraid for my life when Tyler Bass was up to kick that field goal before overtime.
I had my rally cap on. Did you see me? That Bills helmet.
I should have taken a picture and sent it to Tank for the podcast. But this man,
we'll share it to the Instagram page.
I would say we'll get something on there. But Travis's rally cap is a plastic Bills helmet that I've had since I was like probably 8 years old. That my dad bought for me. That I have signed by like the 2013 Bills squad.
We'll post on Instagram later.
Yeah, that's his rally cap. It didn't work, so I don't ever want to see it.
It worked on the Tyler Bass
field goal. Still lost.
Yeah, we might just go throw that in the trash.
Yeah, I think that should go out of the man cave. I think we got to buy a new helmet. Like, it's $500 sign. Well, probably goes more, but like a $500, maybe like $1,000 sign Josh Allen one or something.
Yeah.
No, but that being said, we're heading into the week 2 of the NFL season here. Week 1, for those of you that want to keep track of our Emerge Fantasy Football League, we did take a little bit of a tough loss to Moranto.
Stupid ass Josh. Stupid ass Josh.
I blame it on Josh Allen for having 4 turnovers. But you know what? Just like the Bills, we have to move on to next week. We have, it's only week 1. There's a lot of football left. There's a lot of time for us to get this proverbial train moving a little bit, figure some things out. And, yeah. Buddy, how bad did we lose? Because this is the main general manager. This is like the guy.
How bad did we lose?
Yeah, you're like the guy.
We lost.
Like the assistant.
Let me go to it. We lost by a lot. I think he dropped. No, we didn't lose by 140 to 125. It wasn't bad, but Josh Allen, you gotta do better than 12 points. When you're sitting here, Pat Mahomes has 20 and you have 12. You gotta do at least 9 points better.
While we're on the topic of Patrick Mahomes, who would have thought going into week 1 of the NFL season that Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow would all be sitting here 0-1 and none of them played each other?
You see, I texted you after the game after I got home, after I was contemplating life. No, I'm playing.
I don't know, man. I don't know with this guy. That might have actually been the case. You never know with Travis.
But anyway, I texted you after that, and I was like, you know what? The only thing keeping me sane right now is knowing Joe Burrow lost and Pat Mahomes lost. Absolutely. That's the only thing that's keeping me sane right now.
Absolutely.
And they both had shitty games.
I mean, they did. I thought Pat Mahomes looked just a tad better than probably the
Well, Joe Burrow didn't. He had like 88 yards.
This is going to be tough to say because, like, I was going to say Joe Burrow looked probably the worst out of all 3. But Josh, man, I don't even know what the hell he was thinking.
Like, he got the 200 yards.
At what cost?
Yeah, what cost? Four turnovers. 4 turnovers.
4 turnovers. 3 interceptions to the same guy and a fumble that all he had to do was hop on, man. Just had to hop on. No, but let's really dive into that game. I mean, it felt weird from the start. Obviously, like in a very super emotional setting and stage. Monday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers' debut in New Jersey.
There's
right
still
outside
only
of New
one.
York.
There's still only
On
one New York
9/11.
team,
There is still only one New York team.
but it was an emotional setting.
It was. The
I'll give-
national anthem was nice. Had me getting ready to run through a wall before kickoff, and then obviously the game kicked off, and things just felt weird from the start. What did Aaron Rodgers have 3 or 4 plays, and then
He had
tore his
4
Achilles.
snaps.
Yeah, tore his Achilles. Obviously not what we wanted to see. I really was gonna be honest, looking forward to seeing what Aaron Rodgers could have did with the Jets this season. Watched Hard Knocks.
We wanted him at full strength.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want him at full strength, and it's kind of like upsetting, but no, not expecting that at all. I mean, the whole entire day I just thought about how Aaron Rodgers was gonna slice and dice us down the middle.
And little did you know that his New York Jets stats are 4 snaps.
Josh Allen threw more passes to the Jets.
I don't even want to
players
hear
than
that
Aaron
stat.
Rodgers did.
I don't even want to hear that
I saw
stat.
that one right after the game. That made me feel
He
good.
had more receptions to the Jets.
more completions.
more
to the
completions.
Jets than Aaron Rodgers did in his career.
Yep.
The Jets.
All 3 of them. Jordan Whitehead.
Yeah.
What was that stat you told me last night? He had 3 last night.
He had never even had a season in his career where he had 3 interceptions, and he had 3 interceptions last night on Josh, which, I mean, it is what it is. Like, shit happens. But, I mean, we talked about this all day at work. It's week 1. It's the first week of the NFL season. There is, 16 other football games
There's
left for
16
the
other
remainder
football
of the
games.
season.
But that's a division game.
It is a division game, but you don't win the Super Bowl in week 1. I mean, we could have won that game and then lost the rest for all we know. Obviously, that likely wouldn't happen, but still, it could have been the opposite. And
I get it.
It's 1 week. The Bills, and I said this to a lot of people at work, the good news about the Bills is they're blessed with the opportunity where they lose on Monday night and they get to turn around so fast on a Sunday 1 o'clock game. So there's a quick turnaround. I mean, you can only think about this game for so long before it's like you gotta flip the page and start focusing on the Raiders. And hopefully,
Exactly.
I mean, Sean McDermott preaches it, and he always has. Like,
24-hour rule.
24-hour rule, whether it's a win, loss, you got to flip the script, and then you got to just start focusing on what's next. And the Bills are still, I mean, they got a great opportunity ahead of them. Like we pointed out already, the Bengals, Chiefs, they both lost. And obviously those are like the top dogs in the AFC as far as what we have to compete against. Although, I mean, if we're going to talk about teams that looked like dogs in week 1, the Dolphins look tough. That's for damn sure.
466 yards.
Yeah.
For Tua. That arm sleeve was working.
Amen.
That arm sleeve swag.
Amen. I knew I should have taken his line, damn it. I knew I should have taken his line. I had a small feeling that I should have taken his line. I had a couple really close parlays, and I knew I should have taken his line. Could have thrown him in there instead of that Ramondre Stevenson, and then I probably could have won like $1,000.
Yeah. Patriots against the Eagles. Ramondre against the Eagles defense.
Man, it was
What were you
raining.
thinking?
It was raining, bro.
What were you thinking?
It was raining.
Okay.
But all right. We got off topic a little bit. Let's focus on this Bills-Jets game. Let's break it down a little bit. Obviously, things just didn't seem right. Aaron Rodgers goes down like we alluded to already. The offense just never really felt like they got any rhythm going. I mean, they had that nice drive, right before halftime where Diggs got a touchdown. In the end zone,
right.
but
Where they were saying it was close.
It was very close.
What was
Very
it? The
close.
back. I've never heard that rule before, where your back foot has to be behind the line of scrimmage. I've never heard that rule before until last night.
Yeah, I think it has to be once everything's over, obviously.
Right.
It's legal forward pass, but he had what looked like his back foot behind line of scrimmage, so
It worked.
everything has to be over. So it was a
Diggs
touchdown.
got
I thought it was
his
gonna be
first
close.
touchdown of the year.
He did. Speaking
Who
of
else?
Diggs-
Who else? Who else would it go to for the first touchdown of the year?
I mean, it sounds right, but last year was Gabe.
It was Gabe.
But no, it just never felt like we got anything going. I mean, as far as that drive, that drive looked nice, and then really, I guess the last drive right before we kicked the field goal to go to overtime looked all right. But I mean, dude, like you could tell they wanted to get James Cook into it. The Jets' defensive line just had their way with the Bills' offensive line the whole entire night. I mean, on both running the football and passing the ball, I felt like Josh just never really had any time to let any routes develop. He made some very poor decisions because of that. And then again, like there was some runs by James Cook where it was like, all right,
There's
like,
a
it looked
flash.
nice.
There's a flash.
There's a flash there. There's some potential there, but it really just seemed like some of those halfback draws that they ran just did not look.
You're telling me all night. It was the halfback. Josh snaps it. Wait a second. hand it off to James Cook. That's too long.
Well, it was. I mean, it literally was like they would do that, and the defensive end that was closest to Josh and James Cook, whether they were doing that to the left or right. So if they're handing off to the left defensive end, dude, I mean, they were snapping the ball, and he was just wrapping James Cook up right behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you,
There was no development there.
I don't even run halfback draw in Madden.
I can get down with some halfback draw, man.
It's not me. I'm more of a
I get
trap.
down with some
I'm more of a
halfback.
trap guy.
I like the trap, but there's a reason
I'm more of a
why,
trap guy.
There's a reason why when we play franchise, I'm just a tad bit better than you. Just a tad bit better than you. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I did in that one league. I did have the 49ers. Their offense was pretty damn good.
Who did I have? The Rams.
Yeah, but you had the
My
Rams,
quarterback
like,
was
post
Bryce
Super Bowl.
Perkins.
So you had them like post Super Bowl.
What can you do with Bryce
you were
Perkins?
Trying to build him up, man. You were trying to build him up. No, but like, I just don't think that with the offensive line, especially against the Jets defensive front that was as good as they are, that's just not how I would have liked to draw it up with these halfback draws. I really was hoping to maybe see some outside zone, some tosses with James Cook a little bit more. I don't really think we got too much of that.
I think James, you can tell James wanted the outside because he would have the halfback draw or have the halfback dive, and he would immediately bump it out.
Yeah, try to bounce it out.
He'll get positive yards out of it, but he'll immediately bump it out.
I thought he looked all right.
Yeah.
I thought he looked all right. Another guy that I thought looked all right was also Dalton Kincaid. Obviously, he didn't make too much noise, but
He was there when Josh threw it to
I
him.
would say there was some plays
didn't
where
drop-
like Josh. He
Didn't drop one?
He didn't.
3 for 3, 4 for 4, something like that.
Yeah, I think 3 receptions. I think 3 receptions. My boy Peretti had he took the 2.5 reception line for Dalton, and I think that hit there for him with 3. So 3 receptions for him in his first game. Not bad. Couple surprises going into week 1 that I heard on the way over to my dad's house was
Couple key inactives.
Yeah, a couple key inactives. We heard about the DeMar Hamlin. I'm going to touch on that in a second. We heard about the DeMar Hamlin.
You have interesting take on that.
Yeah, real early in the morning, around 9, 10 a.m. It was announced that he was going to be inactive. The one that I want to touch on right now that I'm still sitting here, not going to say scratching my head, but I think it just furthers my point to what I was making the whole entire summer before we started this podcast, was the Kyer Elam inactivation. I really haven't been a fan of Kyer Elam. I really don't think I'm ever going to be a fan of Kyer Elam. I just think he is not a corner that fits in the Bills' secondary as far as what they want to do. I mean,
he's a man-to-man.
He's a man-to-man corner. He's a physical corner.
We play zone.
We do play a lot of zone. I think that's why Benford really, really thrives in this defense as far as what his expectations was. I mean, Benford's a 6th-round pick, and I think he's played up to higher than what the expectations were for him.
I'll tell you one, he's a good tackler.
He is, but
he can tackle.
But the Kyer Elam thing, dude, you spend a 1st-round pick on him, and I can respect Bean and McDermott when they draft a player, and even if it's a 2nd-round, 1st-round player, if a 6th, 7th undrafted rookie free agent, I don't care what it is, if they're outplaying you in that position, they do respect that and they do play you, and that's exactly what we've seen with this Kyer Elam and Benford situation. But that being said, Elam inactive on week 1 on a Monday Night Football game, just did not expect it.
I heard from Sean after the game. It was either after the game or today. He was addressing the media, and he just said simply, Elam just didn't fit the scheme against the Jets week 1.
Right.
Maybe it changes week to week. Maybe we see Christian Benford next week. Who are Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, and Jacoby Myers? Maybe Kyer Elam fits that scheme better than Benford does.
And he just might, but I don't know. You got to allude back to the press conference right before the season that McDermott had. He came out and said Benford single-handedly won the 2nd-string cornerback job. I don't think he's going to be a guy that you see inactive. I think you're gonna. No, I think he is cornerback number 2, because the guy's just earned the right as far as he fits exactly what the Bills like to do on defense. He's a very solid tackler, but also he's a zone corner. He doesn't have to play man-to-man. Where I think Elam, and the other thing is about the Elam inactivation that I want to point out is Elam only brings being able to play a corner to the table. Where you got a guy I'll even allude to a guy like Cam Lewis. Cam Lewis can play corner, safety, and I know what he let up against Minnesota. I know it's probably going through hell right now, but he is such a versatile player.
No, you're right. The Bills like that. players that can play 2-3 positions.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can play. He can play corner. He can play safety. He can play special teams for you.
That's why you're seeing
That's-
Cam Lewis. That's why you're seeing Saran Neal. That's why you're seeing what was the guy last year that didn't make it this year? It was another safety or a cornerback or
No, you got me beat.
no, I'll look it up.
You got me beat. But
They like more of the story is they like those type of players.
they do. They do. Yeah, I mean, and that's just kind of what the Bills look for in players. And Kyrie Elam just does not bring that to the table. He's a corner first, and I mean, in his defense, like he's a first round pick, so you really want to develop him at corner. You typically don't go out and draft a corner and then develop him at corner and special teams. Where Benford, I mean, 6th round pick, he was obviously developed at corner. There was talks about maybe safety in the offseason before we re-signed Poyer and stuff like that. But I mean, he's gotten a taste of corner. I'm sure he had some taste of special teams throughout training camp the last 2 years and stuff like that. He just brings more to the table. So, I mean, I think you probably will see Benford the majority of the year, if not the whole entire season. I think he's won the cornerback 2 job. Now, the thing, and I know we already kind of talked about it, the thing that I really do want to get to is the Damar Hamlin inactivation. That was, like we said, announced real early in the morning, and I think there's a couple of reasons why. My biggest take on that is, like, the stage was huge. Obviously, what happened to him last season was on Monday Night Football against the Bengals. It was, like I said, on Monday Night Football, and then his first game back, you expect him to just hop back on Monday Night Football on one of the biggest stages of the whole entire season so far. I know it's only been a week, but, like, 9/11, Monday Night Football, I just think it would have been a lot. But, 2, the other thing, and, oh, gosh, now it's slipping my head. I talked about the whole entire time.
You're talking about him coming back home opener.
I think he will come back to home opener. I think,
Now, are we thinking
Bills
he
fans
gets
need
his
it.
own introduction?
I think he gets his own introduction, and I think
Because
he's out
usually
there.
it goes offense one game, then defense, then offense and defense.
I think it'll probably be defense, and then you give Damar Hamlin a go with it. But no,
that's gonna be a tearjerker.
That's kind of my theory is that he just the stage was a lot, and they also announced it in the morning. And my assumption is because they didn't want all the attention being on something like that, because the whole entire sports world, mostly that knows about what happened to him was probably like expecting him to play and come out for his first game, and
Yeah, they're saying the second he takes the field on any game, any play, comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year.
I just think part of the reason why they announced it so early was also just because they didn't want that to be just the biggest
Storyline
going right into the game, and that's all people focused on was Damar Hamlin's not playing. I think it's why they kind of
he's got a lot on his shoulders.
He does. They just that right there is just something that they typically don't announce that early. In my opinion, is a healthy scratch. That was a little bit early. But yeah, back to Bills Jets.
We talked about the offense.
It's definitely time to get into the defense.
Let's
Our
get
boy
the
Groot
defense.
had a day. I thought the defensive line looked pretty damn good.
You can see a difference from this year to last year. I know it's one game, but they were getting pressure on the quarterback every single play. They were back there.
Greg Rousseau and Leonard Floyd, between the both of them, looked pretty damn good.
Can you just imagine the DN rotation of him?
Throw Vaughn in there.
Yeah, throw Vaughn in there. Can you imagine that DN
Shaq
rotation?
Lawson looked good too.
Man, I'm so sick. Shaq Lawson. He was chasing around Zach Wilson for about 25 yards. Couldn't quite get to him. And then Zach Wilson just throws out of bounds. But that was fun to watch.
It was. I thought, the defensive line played good. I'm hit and miss with the Terrell Bernard stuff. Like I said,
he led the team in tackles.
He did lead the team in tackles, and most of the time, the linebackers do tend to do that. But like,
I know.
I don't know, man. We saw how many runs.
We saw a lot. Brees Hall had over 100 yards and 2 rushes.
On 2 carries. They were super long runs. Where I just feel like I saw Terrell Bernard just get absolutely manhandled, like he couldn't get off a block. Now, maybe that's just me being a little bit like delusional, I guess. I don't know, because
this guy. Let me
focus a
tell
lot.
you something about this guy. He's middle linebacker biased.
I guess I am. I guess every time that there's a middle linebacker that plays for the Bills, I pretty much just hate on him, because I did not like Tremaine Edmonds. But now I'll be the first one to say that I miss Tremaine Edmonds.
I'm sure he misses us too after getting blown out by the Packers.
Hey, the Bears are 0-1, and the Bills are also 0-1. I'm sure. Oh yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
I was really hoping we weren't gonna be here, but it sucks so much. I'm just trying to cope with this, man. It's just week 1.
And it's just week 1. Last night,
Wow.
me would have been bashing on Josh Allen and
this
only
table-
Josh Allen
this-
in the.
This
But
table would probably be broken. If we're talking about last night, dude, you were like,
yeah, I threw my hat.
you threw a
Didn't know
chair.
where it went.
You threw a chair.
I threw a chair. I threw my rally cap. I about threw everything in my
That's
sight.
so messed up, man. 'Cause that's my rally cap, dude. You're like.
I didn't throw it. I
I'm
threw it.
not
Well, I did throw it, but I threw it on the couch.
All right, well, how about we move on to bigger and better things? Let's dive deep into week 2 here. That game's behind us.
Yeah,
The Raiders come into town.
the Raiders.
The Raiders just win,
Jimmy
baby,
G.
win.
Not
Jimmy-
Derek Carr. Jimmy G.
Garoppolo, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. They're coming into Buffalo. And I'm gonna just say it right now. There's no.
Is his mic not working?
Oh.
Oh, he's good.
We're good.
Cause I don't want him to say, "Oh, the Raiders are gonna win."
Well, because he knows what I'm about to do, and he wants to make sure it's on record here.
I hope it's on mute.
I got.
What's he?
Whoa! I'm not going into pick'ems. No, let's not go into pick'ems yet.
Next topic.
Let's
Just Raiders and Bills.
Let's just talk about the Raiders and Bills.
All right.
Let's just talk about Raiders and Bills. We won't dive into pick'ems yet. No, yeah, Raiders Bills. The Raiders come into town.
0-1.
0-1?
Versus-
What, they lost by 1 point against them?
Yeah, 17-16.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
Not worried about the Raiders, man. I'm gonna just say that now.
They
they won.
won.
They did win. They're
They won by 1.
yeah, they won. I knew that game was
Vice-
super close.
Yeah.
Super close. Damn, that's the reason we need red zone this next. Oh, we're not going to be watching Sunday games. We need red zone the next.
Washington is our next away game.
Yeah, but
We'll get it that time.
we need.
We'll
red
get it
zone.
the week before.
We need red zone because I for some reason thought Denver won, but no, Russ still can't get it done.
Russ still not cooking.
No, he is not. He did? Did he? All right, fair enough. I gotta.
The Sean Payton effect.
Hey, I think they're gonna have a decent year over there, but yeah, the Raiders, man. I think they do have obviously some big weapons on offense that the Bills.
They got a few dogs on defense.
They got a few dogs, but
I think there's only one dog this week though, because I don't think Chandler Jones will play.
so. Max Crosby,
Dog.
Chandler Jones, dog.
The rest of the defense, not dog.
Not. But you know what Stephon Diggs is?
Dog.
A motherfucking dog.
I'm him.
And who's stopping Stephon Diggs this week?
Let me go look at their corners.
No. That's easy. That's an easy answer.
No.
That's an easy answer.
Oh.
I only know one. I think they signed Marcus Peters. That's all I remember.
Oh, Marcus Peters.
He's got a torn pec.
Oh,
Isn't it?
not a dog.
Not a dog.
He's hurt. He's
They did sign
PUP,
Marcus Peters.
physically unable to perform.
They got David Long, Trevon Moehrig, Isaiah Palomalo. Marcus Epps, he's a safety.
Not worried.
They got some fast guys, but nothing.
Not worried.
You should be feeding Diggs all day. He should go for like $130.
Yeah, no, that defense doesn't really scare me. Max Crosby scares me.
They got the young guy
Um,
up front and Tyree Wilson.
That's all right.
That's about it on defense. Robert Spillane, who's spent time with the Chiefs a little bit. Steelers a little
Steelers,
bit.
yeah. Buddy, basically
That's
what
about
I'm hearing
it. Basically,
is
what I'm hearing is Diggs, Davis, Deontay, Kincaid, Knox all eat.
Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is still on the roster? Because I wouldn't have known last week.
He had one catch.
I wouldn't even have known last week that he was still.
I was rocking his jersey too.
That's a shame.
Well, it takes the quarterback to throw to the wide receiver, so whose fault is that?
Wide receivers.
Whose fault is that?
Wide receivers got to get open.
Quarterback shouldn't throw it to a 5'6" guy when he's double covered 50 yards down the field.
Offensive line's got to extra said quarterback so that he can actually throw the ball, man. Scrambling for his life.
Hey, I thought this was like a Josh Allen roast. I didn't think it was a Gabe Davis roast.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get into it.
I'm a big Josh Allen guy.
No, but I in all seriousness, do really expect those guys to have a big day.
Yeah, I expect.
Maybe we see a Dalton Kincaid touchdown on Sunday. Maybe.
Yeah, right in front of the home crowd.
He's got it right in front of the home crowd. In my
On your end zone.
not sitting in my seats this week. If people from work are watching this, they're going to laugh because this has been a joke all week. I'm not sitting in my seats this week.
Where are you sitting?
I'm sitting section 241, baby.
241.
That's on the opposite end zone.
You're right by us.
I'll be sitting below you guys a little bit to the left with Olivia. Yeah, no, I got kicked out of my seat this week. It's okay. It's okay. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Jake going to his first Bills game.
Jake from State Farm at 3
Our
o'clock
boy.
in the morning.
Our boy is going to his first game. He'll enjoy it. Those seats are badass.
Yeah, they are. Right above the tunnel.
So Dalton Kincaid better score on the other end zone. That's all I'm saying. If
On
he's
our
gonna
end
score,
zone. On our end zone.
He better score. No, but I expect those guys to have a big day, and there's just no reason for them to not.
What are you expecting for the Bills defense this week against those three guys? Garoppolo, Jacobs, and Adams.
So the Raiders' offensive line isn't that good as well, so I think the defensive line should have another big day.
Let me go back.
This guy. We're good. We're all right.
Dylan Parham, he came over from the Chargers.
I'm not a dog.
They got Greg Van Roten. He signed with the Raiders after he got cut by us.
Not a dog.
He's starting.
He's a starting?
Yeah.
He's a starting. What does he play? Guard?
Right guard.
Oh my goodness.
Colton Miller's a left tackle.
Ed Oliver have a day.
I've heard of none of these guys besides
Eddie have a
Van
day.
Roten and
Group
Parham.
have a day. Leonard Floyd have a day. The defensive line will have a day. The secondary, just like last week, they looked solid. Garrett Wilson, before he had that nasty-ass touchdown catch, wasn't doing nothing. He was getting locked down by Trey White because Trey White is a dog. He's back. It's full Trey White effect this year. The ACL is not as much of a problem as it was, obviously, last year. We're coming back this year with a full, healthy Trey White. He's a dog. He's going to lock Devontae Adams up. I'm calling that right now.
Trey White's
right now. Just like last year on the podcast, I think it was you that said, what was it you that said, or was it Ben that was like, well, he said something about Derrick Henry having less than like 25 yards, and that happened.
He had like 12.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
15.
Devontae Adams under 40 receiving yards.
Under 40 receiving yards.
Under 40 receiving yards.
Hey.
That's a take.
Under 40?
That's Chris's hot take of the day.
You should see if that's an underdog this week.
It's okay if it's on underdog. I might take the over. I don't know. I'm just kidding. That's an under. Smash the under on that. Under 40 receiving yards.
Let's do
under 40
fibs.
and a half receiving
You're a
yards.
fibber.
I think that I like that. I'm gonna take that.
Under 40.
Under 40 and a half.
Okay.
I think he gets locked up by the best secondary in the game.
I don't think Jacoby Myers might play this week either. Wasn't he being
It's
evaluated for a concussion?
Concussion, yep.
All right, let's go see what their other wide receiver is.
I know they
DeAndre Carter and Christian Wilkerson.
We're all right. Right.
No? Michael Mayer?
The tight end.
It says right here that he's the backup to Austin Hooper on the depth chart.
I like him.
It says Austin Hooper starting. And that boy Jakob Johnson. We remember him from the Patriots days. That's their fullback. He's a...
So,
He's a
am I
beast.
going to get your opinions on
The Devontae Adams?
No, just on your opinion on what you think the offense and the defense is going to do?
Well,
It's the
you know
defense.
my offensive. I think they're going to
Every day.
eat.
They have to.
The only dude we got to worry about is Max Crosby. Unless Chandler Jones changes his mind and wants to play against the Bills week 2. Tyree Wilson, he can probably show flashes. He was a first-round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
First round
love
pick.
just catching me on the spot there, man.
I love it. We didn't hear you last week, so we got to hear your opinions. We got to hear your opinions this week.
I'm pretty sure Tyree Wilson was a first-round pick.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just go back
Thank
in
you.
my head and remember the draft.
Gotcha. So I think the offense is going to eat. I said it earlier. They should all get plenty of wealth. Wealth should be all around on Sunday. Defense, like you said, that offensive line. Who? There's a whole bunch of who's. There's a whole bunch, and then there's Greg Van Roten. He's not a who.
Have a day, group.
Have a day, group. But yeah, there's a bunch of who's on the offensive line. So I'll be surprised if we don't win this game by at least 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
At least by 2 touchdowns. I'm looking down the roster, and I'm only seeing 3 guys. 4.
I like it. We need one of those big Bills ass whoopings from like last year, like against the Steelers or something like that. Or Just need something.
Commanders a few years ago that made
Yeah.
Tim Settle want to come to Buffalo the offseason after.
I just need to walk out of that stadium being like, damn.
Titans home opener last year.
Oh, the Titans home opener last year.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. That
We
was
just
nice.
need one of those W's like we're talking about right now, just to get us over this little week 1 hump, and just get our confidence back.
Right. It just.
And then heading into Washington and beating their asses 40-0 too.
I'm just gonna put it like this. Like going into this game, like I thought all last week, I was like, God, Buffalo. Like, if you lose against the Jets, the home opener just is not gonna be as hyped as if you're 1-0. Like I was thinking that, and I was like,
As soon as Sunday at 12 o'clock, midnight, you're gonna be texting me it's Bills game day, and we're gonna meet up to go tailgating 6 hours later.
fuck yeah, dude.
You're gonna be texting me at midnight.
I know. I
6
feel-
hours ago until we meet up with each other to go tailgate.
I know. I do get like this sometimes. I get all depressed when we lose, and then like I wake up game day and I blast the Bills Mafia anthem from Benny the Butcher, and I want to run through a wall, and I get all hyped up. You know what I really want to touch on while we're talking about being in the home opener and like just how emotional I get about these damn football games. Can we talk about like the national anthem at a home Bills game, dude? I don't know about you. I don't know, Tank. I know you just went to a game this past week. There's something about like when you're at your team's home game, man, and the national anthem's going. Man, that shit gets me, dude. Every damn time, I have this thing where I love the national anthem. It just gets me all emotional, dude. And then the Bills do it perfect. They do the national anthem. It's like they know, bro. They do the national anthem, and then they have like whatever Bills player they're bringing back, get the crowd all into it, dude.
Who do you think it's gonna be this week?
I don't know, but I already want to run through a wall, bro. Just thinking about it. JP Lostman. Is that what I'm hearing over there?
It's a rumor. I don't know.
Is it?
Is that? Oh, I was gonna say, is that what's flying around right now?
I follow Bills Legends on Instagram to see who the legend of the week is, but they'll probably post like Friday.
JP in honor of Josh
JP
Allen
lost.
and his bad performance last week.
He needs a pep talk.
If you had a guess, who would you want it to be?
Oh, I like that. Give me okay. So after a tough week 1 loss, give me Bruce Smith. Give me Bruce Smith, the home opener.
Bruce.
He walks out, and it's just like Bruce. Give me that. Give me
After
that
a
shit
tough
right now.
week 1 loss, you gotta go with the guy. He's not a player. Marv.
Okay.
You gotta go with Marv.
Okay. Yeah, they
He's a real crowd
I think they
pleaser.
did that against Tennessee last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did that against.
Hey,
Tennessee.
whatever works, don't fix it.
All right. If it ain't broken, don't fix
If
it.
it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I don't even know, man. I guess Marv would be a really solid choice. Yeah, Bruce is probably my choice. I might, if I figure out that Bruce is coming back, might be the Bruce Smith jersey on Sunday. Might be the Bruce Smith jersey on Sunday. But Travis, let's talk about. We've talked a little bit about the week 2 game here coming up for the Bills. I just want to run through like your thoughts as far as like what is it like for you now that you're a season ticket holder. You did go through the last 3 games of the season with that little ticket package, being a season ticket holder member. But this is your first home opener as a season ticket holder. Travis, what's the game plan on Sunday? Like, I want to know the routine from when you wake up to when you pull up to my house and I take us up to the One Bills Drive. I want to hear it.
All right, the routine. Obviously, wait until midnight to get that Chris Griner text.
Every week. Every week.
I probably won't go to bed. Like, usually when I go to home games, I probably won't go to bed till like 12:31, or late morning.
Is that because of excitement?
It's excitement. I watch Bills highlights on YouTube before I go to bed. So that's usually before I go to home openers or home games, I mean. So there's that. I don't eat before I go. Before I come to your house. My first meal is probably at tailgate.
I'm right there with you.
I don't eat. Maybe I'll sneak in a Tim Hortons donut. Little Tim Hortons. My go-to Tim Hortons is a sausage, egg, and cheese on a plain bagel.
Okay.
With the Oreo ice cap.
Okay. Tank likes it.
Usually I'll hit it with that sometimes. If I'm in a rush, I don't want to eat. I'm feeling nervous about game day, I'll just head right over. Jump in the car with you guys. Pack all the stuff in the back of the truck.
Let's fucking do
Couple
it.
coolers. Last year for the one game, it was a big fryer. We fried wing, or we didn't fry wings. We
We did deep fry wings.
deep fry
And
wings.
just to
or
give
wings.
you a little home opener preview, that's happening again this
Yeah?
week, baby. Again this week, baby.
What kind of sauces we rocking?
You know, we got the barbecue sauce. We like to get like the, we'll have a mild sauce for the guests that don't want hot. We'll probably have some hot. Oh man, I don't know, dude. Just let me and my brother cook. My brother, he's a little bit of a pothead. He gets the munchies. You know what I'm saying? He'll do it up. We'll be good. Just I'm sure me and him will talk at some point this week about how we want to attack it, because we'll have a game plan, and you guys will be happy.
Those wings last year fell right off the bone.
Fucking good, dude.
Right off the
These
bone.
wings right from the fryer. It's like 20 degrees outside.
Right off the bone.
Probably wind swirling. Maybe there's a couple drinks in our system. Sandra, if you're listening to this guy didn't have a drink. He didn't have a drink. He probably did. You know, we got a couple drinks in us. We're eating some good wings. I don't remember what game that was.
It was cold though.
It was cold.
It was
They
cold.
did fall right off the bone. They
Yeah,
did
they
fall
did.
right off the bone. No, yeah.
But
So,
yeah, that's my game. That's
your
my
routine.
game day routine.
That's your routine.
Meet
Let
up
me
with
ask
you guys when what? What do we meet up at? Like 6 a.m. 6:30, 7.
7:30, and then we head up there.
I get up at 6
I
a.m.
think this week will be probably the same thing, because we're parking somewhere else. We're not doing the Bills lot this year. Maybe we are. I don't know. But all I know is it's gonna be a good weekend. I know we got some good food planned, and
Got the Raiders coming
there's
into
a little bit of
Buffalo.
and there's a birthday celebration this weekend. We've never had that before at a Bills tailgate. We're
Shout out
celebrating
Jake.
some- Shout out Jake. So yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Let me ask you this question while we're on the topic of just tailgating and stuff like that. Whose jersey you rocking this weekend?
I want Gabe.
You're 0-1 in the game.
I want one the Gabe. I might bring Von Miller back. I might rock his jersey when he comes back. So it's gotta be between Josh. It might be Josh.
Josh.
I'll wear his jersey just to hope that he has a redemption game.
I like it.
He's gonna throw for like 400,
He's got it. Dude, I feel bad.
5
for the
tutties.
Raiders. Oh my god, for what Josh is about to do to him.
You,
What he's about to do to him.
I was gonna say I'm gonna hold my thoughts when we do the week 2 pick'ems.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna if like I said, if Bruce is the guy, if he's the Bills legend, come back, it'll be a Bruce jersey. But I'm 0-1 in the Kincaid jersey, man. I think the Kincaid jersey is not breaking back out this week. I'm gonna go ahead and I think our
There's
boy
Deontay.
Hardy. Man.
They used him a lot.
Deontay Hardy. I just think he looks sick, dude. Oh my god, he's fast. He just looked cool. He had like the arm tape, dude. He just looked badass. That being said, Travis, you kind of already touched on it. We got week 2 of pick'ems. I whooped Travis's ass last week. I know you guys couldn't hear me, but I promise you.
We still don't know.
I think we just got to go back and really listen. It's a shame that we didn't keep track of it. Cause like we know how you did, buddy, and contrary to what you'd like to believe, I think I whooped your ass, and we'll see how this week goes. That being said, Travis, we got the Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. That should be a good one, Thursday Night Football. Travis, who you got and why? Oh. Oh, that's new. I like it. Sorry, Travis.
Welcome to the segment.
All right. That's new for us. We like it.
Welcome
that was
to the
badass.
segment.
That was cool. All right, so Vikings.
Third, baby.
This guy.
That's I like it, dude.
This guy.
I like it. Vikings, Eagles, Thursday Night Football, second week of the season.
Already.
Give me who you got and why.
We got Kirk Thuggins going against the Eagles defense. Yeah, do that little.
I
Yeah.
don't do that.
Where's your gold chains? You got a chain on you. Yeah. Do a little Kirk Thuggins. Do a little Kirk Thuggins for him. So we got Vikings versus Eagles. Now, I gotta go Let me go with the Eagles this week.
Okay.
I think that defense, even against Justin Jefferson,
It's tough, man.
that Eagles defense is tough.
It's tough, man.
Eagles defense was tough.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Everywhere.
You go. They're not like the Raiders. You go down that list, the Eagles defense, dogs everywhere. Don't they have like how many starters on defense? What was the wild stat? They have like 4 or 5 starters from Georgia on that defense.
Yeah. Yeah, they've drafted
What?
a lot of Georgia Bulldogs, man.
Why does the other 31 other teams allow that? They
I
got
don't
a
know,
team
man.
full of Georgia Bulldogs.
I don't know. I'm going to have to agree with you, though, Eagles, and it's strictly because of the defense. And don't get me wrong, that Eagles offense, we want to talk about some dogs. A.J. Brown,
Dog.
Devontae Smith, dog. How about Kenneth Gainwell, the way he was playing, and DeAndre Swift? I thought Kenneth Gainwell
DeAndre
looked
Swift,
nice.
who?
I can't.
Gainwell got like the first 14 carries.
I know. I had a parlay on him. He hit on the first drive. Just like I also took that Mac Jones interception line. That also hit on the first Patriots drive. Dude, I'm going to be thinking about that parlay for a while. That was like a $1,000 parlay that just didn't hit because Ramondre Stevenson, man. No, but give me the Eagles for all the same reasons. I think the defense really does find a way to handle Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and that Vikings offense. I know the Vikings have a really nice offense, like I said, with those 2 receivers. And then you also throw Hawkinson in the mix and Alexander Madison and Kirk Thuggins.
He had a good game
he's
week
he's
1.
a solid quarterback. But give me the Eagles. And I think it will be a decent game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. Both teams are very solid teams. That right there could be a potential NFC Championship matchup. Although I have my opinion on who I think the 2 big dogs are in the NFC, but the Vikings are definitely up there for the NFC for sure. That being said, why don't we get right into the Sunday 1 o'clock slate? And the Sunday 1 o'clock slate opens up with the Ravens and the Bengals.
Bengals, this is their second week in a row with their interdivision games. And they got a little bit of stumped week 1 by the Browns. I don't think we were expecting that. Did you pick the Browns? Who cares? We wouldn't have hurt them anyway. We wouldn't have hurt them anyway.
That's crazy.
I'm going to be busting your ass all episode.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember who I picked, but whoever won, that's probably who I went with.
All right. If you say whatever makes you sleep at night.
This could be one where we actually have like a split, our first split of the week.
Are you going Lamar Jackson?
Oh God, no. Okay, so then we're gonna be the same here.
I think Joe
Burrow bounced back just like Josh Allen. Baby.
Joe Burrow, yeah, exactly. He's gonna have far more yards than 88 yards.
He is, and I think this is a week where Jamar Chase has a huge week. I think you might even see a little bit of T. Higgins having a big week.
T. Higgins, he's got to have a good year. This is contract year. Are the Bengals going to pay him? Are they not?
We'll see, but hopefully for my fantasy's sake, Joe Mixon has a big week. I just can't see Joe Burrow having 2 slumped games.
I can't see it.
I think the Bengals are locked there. The Ravens are
He's hurt a little bit, and you can tell the way he's playing.
The other reason that I'm going to think that I really truly think the Bengals have a real good shot at just winning this game, and it might not be close. It might just be like a pretty commanding win. Is give me the Bengals over the Ravens just because the Ravens' offensive line is like atrociously banged up right now. I know Tyler Linderbaum has an injury. I think he's week to week, or he's either week to. See, I don't know which one's week to week and which one's like out for a while, but like I know Tyler Linderbaum's banged up. What's that other? It's gonna kill me now. You got to pull up that roster. I heard it the other day. But their offensive line.
Ronnie Staley's questionable.
I think
Linderbaum, like you said. Yeah. They got old Morgan Moses.
Yeah, but I think there's a chance both of those 2 that you just said. I think there's a chance they don't play. So that Bengals defensive line should have a decent day. Trey Hendrickson, and yeah, so just give me the Bengals there. Seahawks Lions. This could be a pretty damn good football game.
We saw the Seahawks lay an egg week 1 against the Rams.
Is it laying an egg, or are the Rams a better football team than the Seahawks this year?
I don't know, because they didn't. I don't even think they got DK Metcalf going either, so that could be another thing.
Well, I thought
did he get going?
Well, they didn't have a crazy good game, but he did cook somebody. He cooked one.
I think they went more Tyler Lockett's way.
What's his name? What's that corner's name? Is it not Kobe Durant? what's his name? That corner from the Rams. We don't gotta go looking up the roster. You're good, bro. You're good.
Okay, I don't know who it is. I don't even know who's on the Rams anymore.
That Durant dude.
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
They won the Super Bowl and then disappeared.
Oh, that's what happens when you trade everything for Matthew Stafford. Yeah. So Seahawks, Lions. I'm gonna go Lions. They're coming off of a real big win, the Thursday night NFL opener against the Chiefs, where not that anybody cares or could hear me. I think maybe I went Lions. I can't remember. I think I probably said Chiefs.
He didn't even hear himself.
I can't really remember, but again, probably picked correctly because that's just what we're hearing. That's what we're doing. Yeah, Lions.
Lions week 1.
Yeah.
Or week 2 against Seahawks.
Yeah, I think the Lions.
I like it.
I think they move on and they carry a little win streak and they go 2-0.
Yeah, I'm liking the Jared Goff to Amon Ra connection.
Yeah, I'm liking it too.
I took his season line for 6 tutties. He's got 1. 5 more.
Absolutely. This next one, I'm sure there's somebody at the table that has an opinion about it. Colts, Texans.
Rookie versus rookie.
Let me ask you this question. Is Anthony Richardson all right? I thought I heard that he might be a little banged up over there. Are we good to rock?
Here I am, boom.
That boy.
First appearance on the live stream.
Yes, sir.
He was very impressive. His demeanor, his pocket presence, checked off every check in the book. Hey, I mean, he had that bonehead interception last week, but we seen that coming. But overall, against the division winner last season,
Hey, dude. Hey.
I like what I see.
Who'd have saw that coming?
Whatever the line is for the Colts, go hammer.
Take it.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's who I'm gonna go with here. I got Anthony Richardson, the Colts beating C.J. Stroud and the Texans, and I think that'll be a good game. But yeah, give me the Colts.
It's definitely an underrated week 2 game. Because going in, you see it on the schedule, you're like, nothing. But you got 2 rookies bailing it out. You got Tank over here saying AR-15. He's or AR-5. My fault. Was I thinking Austin Reeves?
No, well but Anthony Richardson I think was AR-15. I think that's why you're doing that.
They changed it.
Now he's wearing 5.
They gave him an opportunity to go 50. He didn't want to be called AR-15, so he went with 5.
AR-5, baby.
AR-5. My apologies.
Hey, dude.
Hey, I'm a Bills fan. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure the whole league's gonna know soon.
We'll know his nickname soon enough. How about that?
So who do you got? You got Colts?
By the sounds of it, it's looking like it's a. Hey, I'm betting on the Colts.
So we haven't split yet, huh?
Just as long as Deion Jackson don't fumble twice.
So you got a fumbling problem over there too.
Hey, we know a little thing or
about
two. We know a little thing or two about a little thing or two.
All right. So you're going Colts. That's.
I'll go Colts.
So we're not split yet. I like it.
They lose, sorry.
But how about this? Bears Buccaneers, little NFC matchup. I think we could potentially have our first split here. Who do you got?
You see, you saying that, you think the obvious answer is I'm going Bears, but I'm not.
Damn, man. Again, I was gonna go Bucks, dude.
Dude, they're saying Baker, he's looking good over there in Tampa Bay. That's what they're saying.
I watched some things that I liked, and I'm also
They're-
gonna have to go Tampa Bay here.
They're saying he's there.
Let's say I caught.
He's
the
not letting
highlights
Kyle
of-
Trask even get a sniff at the starting
Hey
job.
man, I caught the highlights of the Buccaneers game. I thought they looked not bad for the quarterback situation. But that being said, I also got the pleasure of watching the Bears and Packers game, and I thought the Bears just did not look good for what all of the offseason hype that I heard about trading for DJ Moore.
Where was DJ Moore?
I know, man. They
Where was his 4 catches when I needed the most?
again. I think the Bears had the Bears had the problem that the Bills had, and the offensive line just looked atrocious. Like, didn't give Justin Fields time to throw the ball. He was running for his life. Now, mind you, Justin Fields is just a natural crazy athlete, and he can get away with running for his life.
Now, I watched a little bit of the Bears game against the Packers. And my stepdad, he made a little comment on the side too. He's like, the Bears. It's looking like they're making him a little bit more pocket passer. He was staying in the pocket a little bit longer than usual.
I mean,
he wasn't. He was running, but he wasn't running as much.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
staying in the pocket.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think so he might maybe that's what they're trying to do, but it's Justin Fields.
It is
that's what his game is, man.
I know it is.
He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. So we're both going Bucks there, huh?
Yeah, we
don't
are.
have a split. Chiefs Jaguars. Obviously, the Jaguars coming off of a win against the Colts, and the Chiefs coming off a loss. Tough.
Now
loss on Thursday
this
Night
might be
Football.
where we split.
I feel like you saying that. I feel like, dude, this is crazy because I was gonna go Jaguars.
Oh my god, dude.
Are we gonna really do this all the way down the whole line?
Hey, the Jags beat them last year.
And I gotta go with my gut. I'm going Jaguars.
I'm going T-Law, Ridley, ETN. They're gonna eat up that Chiefs defense.
Making me want to just flip,
I'm sorry.
but I can't.
What's he gonna pick? The Raiders over the Bills? Is that gonna be the splitter?
No,
Yeah?
not a chance. We'll get there when we get there. We're one game away. So I guess we're both going Jaguars. I think the Jaguars offense showed up.
Give me the Chiefs 0-2. Give me the biggest upset of the season so far.
There might be a little bit of a bias, feeling.
No bias over here, boy. I just
I'm
hate the Chiefs.
Where I'm rooting against the Chiefs, but at the same time, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I think this is going to be a really big year for him. There's a reason why I took that parlay for his season-long yards.
You and me both.
I think he's going to have a day. I really, 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 really am big on Calvin Ridley. There's another wide receiver over there that I've always been big on, Zay Jones. I thought Zay Jones.
Big Zay Jones guy.
Zay Jones had
Big
a
Zay
pretty
Jones.
nasty catch against the
He has
Colts.
cleats down in the man cave.
That was. I do.
Right in front of me.
Oh really? Oh wow. I do have game worn Zay Jones cleats in the man cave. Big Zay Jones guy. I think he has a big day. I just don't know if the Chiefs defense. Now they might be getting Chris Jones back this week. I know he signed that contract to get back out there and play.
I tell you.
But it might not be. That might be a quick turnaround for him to play this week.
How do you think that contract played out? Do you think they went to Chris Jones first?
I'm sure Chris Jones watched the Chiefs lose on Thursday Night Football.
You saw him. He was in the stadium.
Yeah,
he wasn't on the sideline. He was up.
I'm sure it was like, all right, we're not doing this.
All right, you need me.
Yeah, you guys need me.
You come to me.
There's a chance to get both those guys back this week. Obviously, like I was just saying, that's a quick turnaround for a guy that really didn't. Well, he didn't participate in camp, right? So he didn't.
Didn't he get fined like a total of like
a lot of money? So he didn't participate in camp.
I saw the stat.
He didn't play in the preseason. He missed week 1. You're asking a lot for a guy to just come out against guys that have had a whole entire majority of an off season to get ready for this for these games. So
it's Chris Jones though.
It is Chris Jones.
But I see where you're coming from.
I think the Jaguars' offense has a day, and the Jaguars don't have a bad defense by any means. I mean, they got another Josh Allen on the other side that's pretty damn good that might be getting after Patty Mahomes a little bit. So I think that has potential to be a really damn good game. It's unfortunately it is on the same time that the Bills and Raiders play, so that kind of puts us in a little bit of a tough spot.
We probably
as
won't
far
even
as
get
being
the
able to
game.
watch it. We'll have to watch the out-of-town highlights that show up like 40 minutes late, and I've already got
Show the stats up on the jumbotron.
So yeah, I think that has potential to be a pretty good game, but I'm gonna go Jaguars too. This one, it looks like we got a slugfest down.
I was gonna say, are we calling this a snooze fest next game?
It's a snooze fest, but both teams are 1-0. Both teams are 1-0. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I'm liking what Green Bay is doing. I'm sorry.
I think Jordan Love looked.
Sorry for tying with you again.
No, you're good. Dude. You're good, dude.
I'm liking the Jordan Love.
Just so you know, if I was a guy, if I was sitting next to a guy like me in a podcast, and we were doing weekly pick'ems, I'd go after the same teams I was going after too.
This dude. Can't hear him week 1. He's all.
Can't say that I lost. Can't say that I won.
Somehow he's 100%.
Somehow he's 100%. It don't make it make sense,
Dude. I might just go back to that episode and just try to figure out.
Put the phone up to your ear.
My dad said that when he listened to it, he had the audio all the way up
To 100.
and they had to like mute when you were talking and then unmute just to hear what I was saying, just because like you were so loud.
That's kind of rude.
And I was not. No. I don't. Maybe he didn't mute you. If I was him, I'd have muted you. But
That's kind of rude.
you
All
were.
right.
You were.
All right, Billy G.
Billy G loves you, dude. You're Billy G's favorite out of all my friends, man. Sorry. Oh, Ben probably made it this far in the episode, and he's probably upset.
Turned it off.
Now I'm starting problems with everybody.
Yeah. But
speaking of starting problems, now we have the important game of the week: Raiders Bills.
go ahead, give us your thoughts first.
I got the Bills.
You don't
That's-
see
that's
Josh
a-
Allen losing 2 weeks in a row?
I don't see Josh losing 2 weeks in a row. I know this is a hot take on the podcast, a Bills podcast. I'm going to go with the Bills here. I think it should be a pretty commanding win. I don't really see how the Raiders defense stops the Bills offense, and I don't see how the Raiders offense really gets going against the Bills defense. Give me the Bills by 3 possessions.
3 possessions.
3 possessions. I'm not going to say 3 touchdowns. but
I thought
maybe
you were
2.
gonna. I thought you were saying my 2 possessions was crazy earlier.
No,
Alright.
you said 2 touchdowns. I was like, ooh, but then
Oh, you said 2 possessions.
I said 3
3
possessions.
possessions.
So 2 touchdowns and a field goal or something.
Sure. Okay. I like it.
Or a safety.
Or a safety.
As a group.
Floyd. This game screams Josh Allen get back game. It screams it. You got my whole Facebook feed, my whole Instagram feed. My girlfriend just informed me before I even drove up here that he's being called Allen. What is it? What's the nickname? It was pretty sad to hear the nickname.
It has something to do with his turnovers, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. She informed me that I can't remember. It went through one ear out through the other.
Wow.
I already dropped, but it made me sad.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all right.
Maybe it's time for a new group.
No, but no, Bills versus Raiders. I got the Bills by, like I said, two possessions.
You don't think Jackie made it this far in the episode, right?
No,
Okay.
she probably didn't watch the first one. No.
Olivia didn't either. It's okay.
Yeah, it just screams Josh Allen get that game.
I agree. So I knew that wasn't going to be a game that we were going to break this whole.
It was last week.
Picks. I was right.
All right, big AFC, another big AFC matchup
This is a
next
good game.
this week. Another 1:00 game, the last 1:00 game before we dive into the 4:00 games. Chargers and Titans. Hey, that screams good game.
That screams good game. That also screams the Chargers win.
Okay. This might be the first split.
There we go.
This might be the first split. Chargers, they just got absolutely torched by Tua and the Dolphins last week. Titans, maybe the Titans hit him with something else and just run over them all game. Hey, they torched them through the air week 1. Maybe they just switch it up a little bit and they can't handle Derrick Henry.
I mean, I don't know, man. You're right. But do the Titans on defense have enough to stop that Chargers offense that will put up 32 points against the Dolphins? 31, 32?
Hey, we had to split sometime.
We did have to split sometime. I can appreciate that split. That's a good game. But yeah, I think the Chargers offense versus the Titans defense. Give me the Chargers offense all day.
It just popped up back of my head. Josh Allen's nickname. They're calling him Awful Allen.
They're calling him what?
Awful Allen.
Awful Allen?
Yeah.
Who's calling him Awful Allen?
She said it was just going around. That's what they're calling him.
We're putting that shit to an end this week. We're putting that shit to an end this week.
Awful Allen.
It's back to Josh Daddy after this week. That's what we're back.
Whoa. Wait.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
I was about to say.
I said some sus last week. It'll pass this week.
It was like sauce in your mouth.
It was.
It was like, dude, you were talking about things popping in your mouth and how good it was, dude. Like, no way, bro.
Hey,
Hey, you're even.
we're even. But yours is a little bit more acceptable.
It is because I'm not the first person to call him that. You were. God, man. I don't know about you, bro.
Hey, it was the pop rocks and the hot wing.
I don't know about you, bro.
Whole different party.
All right. So that's a split.
That's a split.
All right.
That's a split.
49ers, Rams. This is the first 405 game. And
Another division game.
another division game.
Rams beat up on the Seahawks last week. 49ers demolished the Steelers.
I got the 49ers. I just think.
We're not splitting
I
here.
was going to say, I just think.
We're not splitting here.
A couple minutes ago when we were talking about like the first game when I was like, okay, you got the Vikings and Eagles, how that's a good game, and like those two are like really top dogs in the NFC, and I alluded to how I was like, all right, But there's another team in the NFC that just are dogs. It's the 49ers, man. I mean, they're just all around a good football team.
I think they might be my early.
They're one of my
NFC
early favorites
favorites.
coming out of the NFC, and that's just because that defense is insane.
30
absolutely insane.
30-7 week 1.
Yeah, that offense on the other hand is also just absolutely insane. The Steelers couldn't get an answer for Brandon Ayuk. They didn't even. They were like, all right, you want to try to stop Debo Samuel? You want
Oh,
to
trust me, I played him in
Kittle?
fantasy.
Here's Brandon Ayuk. So that offense has so many weapons. They got the best running back in football right now.
Hey, he makes plays when he's healthy.
I mean, he can catch the ball. He can run the ball. Shit, last year there was a game where he threw a touchdown. What can the guy not do?
First one with the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was his first touch on the Niners?
Insane.
I like the tank stat there, man. I like that. I remember that because I think Olivia had him, and I think I was playing him, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, dude. Like, the guy throws a touchdown pass? You just don't. These are just things you can't make up. But the bottom line is that offense.
I think it's
is
another
pretty
demolish
good.
week, too.
So I think the 49ers definitely.
They might
move
even drop
fast.
40. They
might.
dropped 30 against the Steelers, and that was the Steelers' defense. The Rams.
What about this next one, though, buddy? You got the Fighting the Bull Giants, who got absolutely steamrolled on, what was that, Sunday Night Football?
Oh, my God. They did not have an answer.
No.
They did not have an answer whatsoever.
So Giants, Cardinals, I think the Giants actually do take this game. I don't think there's a way that they lose to the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFC, and that's just because there's just.
I think
not
they're going
much
to be the
going
worst
for
team
them
in
over there.
football.
They probably will be, and they're not getting Caleb Williams.
He's
is-
staying.
he will stay in college.
He sees Arizona, pick number 1. You bet he's staying another year.
Yeah. No, I gotta agree. So I think the Giants definitely take this one. I think on all phases of the football, they're just better than the Cardinals. I think you can put pretty much anybody's team against the Cardinals, and they're better.
I'm taking the Lockport High School.
I was just about to say, give me the Lockport High School football team over the Cardinals. That being said, I think that's easy for me and you. I don't think we're going to spend too much time breaking that one down. But this does bring us into a pretty big matchup for the AFC East.
Oh, this is the only time I'm going to root for the Cowboys.
I mean,
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
have to
only
root.
time.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much rooting. Like, we're not going to need to root.
I
too
hope
much
they
for 'em.
slaughter them.
I think the Cowboys probably rout the Jets, and that's just because the Jets have a guy like Zach Wilson at quarterback, which I cannot believe we're talking about this in week 2. Zach Wilson at quarterback versus that Cowboys defense. Come on. There's not a way in hell the
They didn't
Jets
even
come
get
out.
Garrett Wilson involved until the second half.
And you think they're going to get Garrett Wilson involved against Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore? Not a chance. And that defensive line is going to have their way with that Jets offensive line. If our defensive line had it, and we got a good defensive line,
But
the
they
Cowboys
have Micah
the
Parsons.
Cowboys got the best, well, I'll say one of the best edge rushers in the game right now. And Micah Parsons is going to have a day. Give me 3 sacks from Micah Parsons and a commanding Jets win. And Zach Wilson might even get hurt this week. Might be my take.
Who gets hurt?
I think Zach Wilson gets hurt for the Jets this week.
Who's their third?
Well,
who's
they just signed Tim Boyle off their practice squad, yeah. But they're in the market for a veteran.
Oh, he's
quarterback.
another.
They're gonna ramp that
He's
up.
another former Packer,
Yeah,
huh?
they're gonna ramp that up after this.
I'm hearing
after
Colin
this week.
Kaepernick.
Man, we've been hearing Colin Kaepernick for a couple years.
Do
now.
it, Jets. Do it.
Not a chance.
Do it.
Yeah, please do it.
Please do it.
Please do it. but
Let
I
me
don't
run.
think
Let
there's a
me.
way.
In a little bit, we'll run through the list I sent you earlier on Instagram.
Yeah, but
Try any of those guys, please. Sign 'em.
definitely give me the Cowboys there. But that's probably one of my hotter takes is that I got Zach Wilson. I think, dude, he's just got. I feel bad for the guy. He's about to go up against one of the best defenses in the NFC. I'm not gonna say the best defense because I think the Niners defense is a touch better.
That Niners defense is nasty.
But one of the best defenses in the NFC and one of the best edge rushers in the game. I think he might get hurt. Commanders, Broncos. Now we're talking slugfest. Give me the Commanders. Sam Howell.
You got the.
Give me the Commanders.
There's
On
another
the-
game
on
we
the
split.
road. On the road.
On the road, Sam Howell against the Broncos.
Yup.
Man, yeah, there's another split. Hey, like Tink said earlier, Russ Wilson, he didn't win week 1. He lost by a point. But he's getting better. He's turning around. And I fully believe it. I think there's a chance they could be fighting for second, third in that division.
I do agree with that, but I don't know, man. I got a weird feeling.
You got a weird feeling?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's another
Commanders
split.
are coming off of a win, so
All right. There's
so
2 splits on the week.
Let's see if they go 2-0 with Sam Howell. That boy. I think we only have like 2 split counts.
Commanders and Broncos and Titans and Chargers.
Now, how about this? Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. We got the Sunday night football game versus the Dolphins and the Patriots.
As much as I want the Dolphins to lose, I just don't.
I
I just don't see it. As much as I want them to, I just don't see it.
Give me the Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
Hey, if there's one game I will not be mad being wrong about, it's this one. Just give me the Dolphins.
You got the
I
Dolphins.
will not be mad.
I'm gonna
You
say,
can bust my chops all next Tuesday.
I'm gonna say you're probably going the Dolphins just because of that damn offense and how good they were. Because
Oh yeah, man.
the Dolphins' defense is obviously solid, but you got to remember they just got like okay. They put up a lot of points, the Chargers, on that Dolphins defense
Yeah, they
last week. I thought Mac Jones, for what it's worth, against the Eagles' defense, and that Eagles' defense is the best defense in the NFC. I've already said that. I thought he had a pretty good game, and I won't say pretty good, but I thought he played decent, especially in the conditions. Those conditions favor defenses. Rainy, like that favors a defense. And I thought even with all that against him, I thought he played all right. I mean, he was in that game late. And I just think, again, what's this game? This game is in New England. I just don't know, man. I think they got a good chance. The Patriots defense is going to come to play, and I think Mac Jones is going to have a decent day, and maybe the run game gets going. Hopefully, Ramondre Stevenson can get going. I'm probably not going to take his line again, but I like the Patriots in that one, man. I like the Patriots in that one.
That won't be a game I'll be mad about.
Right. The cool thing, and I'm sure we'll probably be watching these games together. Monday Night Football, we got a doubleheader. We got the Saints, Panthers, and the Browns, Steelers. Saints, Panthers, Browns, Steelers, just like last year in Week 2 where it was Bills, Titans, and then I think it was also Vikings, Eagles. So that's the same thing this week. Saints, Panthers is the first one at 7:15. That's a pretty good game. I think that could be a pretty good NFC South matchup. But I think Derek Carr and the Saints move on 2-0.
Derek Carr's looking nice in that white and gold.
He looks good. I watched a cool video today about him. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Tell you, he does not have a problem going downfield.
No, he doesn't. He told what's his face to go downfield. That boy.
Shaheed.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Saints all
so
day.
I got the Saints. I think Derek Carr has a pretty good game. The Panthers, I don't know, man. Like
Bryce Young, he lost Week 1
he did
against the Falcons, right?
Yeah, he did. The Falcons are one.
You got Bryce Young going 0 for 2 in his professional career.
I think the Saints. I think the Saints just have a little bit more of an edge this game. It is on the road, so maybe that'll play into the Panthers' favor a little bit.
That boy, Slant Boy, he's looking good too.
Yeah, he's good. He's good up until he like stubs his toe and then he's out for a whole entire season.
Sorry.
Yes. Wow, that wasn't really nice to Michael Thomas, was it?
No. Could have said other things.
Right. All right, second game, last game of the week. Browns Steelers. This has potential to be a pretty good game. This
Another division.
This is a divisional game. Both
There's
teams.
been a lot of division games Week 2.
I say both teams. Well, not both teams. The Browns are coming off of a kind of a shocking win Week 1, and the Steelers are coming off of what was a shocking loss because I don't think any of us thought they were just going to get steamrolled.
No Deontay Johnson on offense for
No
the Steelers.
Deontay Johnson,
Hamstring
injury. No Cameron Hayward. He's
No
out,
Cam
he's
Hayward.
Out for, 8 to 9 weeks with a groin, and he had groin surgery.
Jeez, those groins are bad.
Give me the Browns.
Give me the Browns.
On the road, Monday Night Football.
Okay. I like it.
Are you going to agree with me?
I'm going to agree with
I
you.
would say we had enough splits. We're okay.
We had enough splits for Week 2. We'll save the rest for next week.
So yeah, Browns, Steelers. I think that has potential to be a real solid game. The Steelers' defense is still a very good defense. The Browns' offense they have weapons, but are they going to be able to do enough to get it done? I think they will. I think that could be a pretty good game. I also think the Browns defense should have their way against Kenny Pickett, who got so much hype going into that Week 1 game. And I know it's Week 1. Like I said,
And I blame it on that preseason game W against the Bills.
Hype, man.
I blame it on that, the preseason hype.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's easy. I'm gonna go ahead and take.
We hating on the Steelers this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna hate on the Steelers this week.
Sorry, Ben.
Sorry, Benji. Yeah. But yeah,
There's week 2 pick'ems.
Week 2 pick'ems. Hopefully, I'm sitting here undefeated again.
Oh, yeah.
Pick the records up and draw them up.
Yeah, we'll get 'em.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we get a chart.
We could get a little.
We got a whiteboard.
We
We have a whiteboard
Dude,
in the man
have
cave.
an extra whiteboard. We have an extra whiteboard that we might be able to.
No
I wanna say,
use.
we could bring that over. I'm sure we could find a way to make something work. Are we counting Week 1 or?
We'll count.
Are we gonna figure out?
Let me listen. Let me listen to the podcast.
I'll say-
Week 1 podcast on my way home, full volume.
I was say, can
My
we?
car does go to 62.
Hey, that might be just a touch higher than mine. I was like, can we figure out a way to get that like on the board for sure, like Week 1?
Yeah,
Because I'm curious to see
I'll
what I
listen
did.
to it.
I think I did all right. Because I know I picked the Jets. Over
I know
the
you
Bills.
picked it. Yeah,
We'll listen close and we'll get it.
Sounds good, man.
I'll have to tell everybody around me to shut up.
Travis,
Well, I'm listening to something.
I think we're hoping this was an interesting podcast for us because like you obviously our first one was
This was a
cool.
tough one.
It was. Our first one was cool because it's like, all right, it's the season opener. There's a lot to talk about. The Bills did not make it any easier for us going into the second one. They handed us a loss right off the bat, and here we are. I think we handled it well. Last night, if you'd have told us to record, I think I truly think Travis would have.
Man, you saw the post I tagged you in. I was ready. I was coming for Josh's head.
You were coming for Josh's head.
Can you read it off?
He
Yeah,
could
I'll
read
read
it
it
off.
off.
He could read it off.
Let me get to it.
He went right to social media right away. He was like,
Right when I got
y'all
home.
better tune in tomorrow. I'm ripping in Josh.
21 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow at 8, catch Chris Griner and I on BillsAholic Pod, absolutely showing no mercy on the Bills. How many exclamation points? About 5.
Damn.
About 5
Hey.
exclamation points. No,
Nah, man.
I was.
Nah, we just needed the 20. It's the 24-hour rule, bro. It's time to just focus on
It wasn't bad, but it was bad at the time.
the Raiders.
I was.
But hey, man, hopefully next week we're sitting here celebrating a win. Hopefully
Home
we're,
opener.
Hopefully we're 1-1. Tank, I took the Colts. Hopefully you guys are 1-1, and hopefully we're all happy. That being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video around for the boys, man. Share the video around. And as always, go Bills and enjoy the next one.
Go Bills.